What's up, everybody? So, I have been racking my brain on this one for a little bit. At first, I was going to just lay out some tips of how to be a better leader or how to be a good leader. And then I realized, it's to be a good leader, it's so much more than just naming off some tips and saying that's how you become a good leader. All right, I'm just gonna kind of go over my story a little bit, and then you guys can decide if that's what a leader is to you or not. So to me, to be a good leader is standing for something that you believe in wholeheartedly, going all in on that thing. I know Simon Sinek calls it your why. Know what your why is and stand by it. Because what's the point of knowing something but changing it and flipping it the second something else comes along? I don't think that's a person's real why. And so know who you are as an individual. And I also believe as a leader, you should not only go all in on yourself, because that is true. You should go all in on yourself and you should invest in yourself. But you also go all in on others. You invest in other people as well. You show by action, not just by talk. You can talk the talk, but you can walk the walk as well. It's very important to be able to not only stand for something, but act on what you stand for and be about what you stand for. You stand on a certain platform, you stand for a certain rightness, and you always go all in on that rightness. And now I'm going to tell you, it's not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes it's the most difficult thing you can do. Because when I say stand by your group, see, standing by your group means not only standing by your group within business, within your family, but it's within the community. It's within the society. It's doing right by others all the time, not just some of the time. I don't think a leader is someone who's a leader only every now and again, or a leader because the title says they're a leader. A leader is somebody who is always going to be a leader all of the time, no matter what. And they're the ones that do the difficult things when they're not supposed to do the difficult things. When life gets hard, really hard, they get stronger. They build stronger. And I'm going to tell you, this isn't something that comes overnight, and that's okay. Because a leader's always learning, they're always growing, they're always improving on themselves. They're always being a little bit better than the last time they were. And so when life does test them, they get to see how they stick up to the test. I'm going to give you guys a story, and then I'm going to give you guys one of my personal stories, because I'm sure you'll be able to relate to this one. But there was a samurai, and his master was assassinated. So the samurai sought out to find the man who had assassinated his master. And he finally found the assassinator. And what he did was he took out his sword. He's getting ready to cut off the assassinator's head. And the assassin spit in his face. And what the samurai did was he put the sword back into his sheath, and he walked away from the assassiner. And the reason he did that was because he wouldn't have been killing the assassiner for what he did to his master. He would have been killing the assassiner for spitting in his face, for being angry, for being in a spot where you don't do that to me. It's almost like his ego took over. And he knew that. And so what he did was he still stood by his rights. And that's why he did the things he did. He walked away from a situation because he wouldn't have been doing it for the right reasons anymore. And that's what it comes down, doing what you do for the right reasons. And I know we've all been there, because I know this is a strong community. But there's been times when someone might say something badly about you, and it might not even be true. And sometimes you don't get the option to defend yourself. And sometimes the best option isn't even to defend yourself, because it just escalates the situation. And you know, for the goodness of that individual, for the goodness of the situation, and honestly, it doesn't feel like the goodness for you because it sucks. It's not a fun position to be in, but you know it's the right thing to do. You do the necessary things that need to be done. You step up to the plate and do the best for everybody's entirety, not just for you, not for feeling good for yourself for a moment, because there can be those times where you get tested, and for that moment it would feel better to do the thing that you would do, but it wouldn't be right. It just wouldn't be the right thing to do, and it wouldn't stand for your why either. And so to me, that's what a true leader is. When you get tested and you don't even realize the test is there because you're just feeling it so much. You're feeling so much pain. You're feeling so much anger. You're feeling so much whatever it needs to be that you're feeling. You're feeling pissed. And for the situation, for the bestness of the entire situation, you sit back. You sit back when you're used to being the one who acts on things, because action's so important. But sometimes non-action is just as important. And you show others what strength is by showing strength on the most difficult times. And to me, that's what a leader does. And not only showing the strength, but reminding others they have that strength as well. They might not realize it in the moment, and they might not realize it years to come. But you always root for them anyway, because you know they have something special in them. And that's what a true leader is about. So my question to you, are you a leader?